foremost, if you were one of the people online who believed for a single second that it was even a remote possibility that I simply made up a French assassination attempt heading into Thanksgiving week, I don't know, for like attention or something.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Nissim Black Show. My greatest honor, joy, and pleasures to be here with all of you. Candace Owens, she's back on her podcast. She's back at her show. She's back to doing what she does best, is talking about a whole bunch of things and proving a bunch of things that she can't prove because she never gives the evidence to the things that she says she's going to prove. And then after that, she turns it on all of us to say, prove her wrong. Prove her wrong. There's nothing to prove. You know, this is starting to become probably the silliest, the most craziest soap opera that there possibly has ever been. I don't think anybody's seen anything like this before, to be drug along over and over and over again on this, this ride to Fantasyland, to the fantasy of Candace Owens, and landing at destination nowhere. More clips from her today. Shout out to Milk Bar TV, Nathan Livington or Livingston. I'm sorry, I need to quit butchering people's names and actually just look them up and put them on the screen or something like that. He put together an amazing clip. Check out this clip that he put together and you got to watch it. Like, his clips are very clever. It's not about just the clip themselves. It's about the way that he cuts and edits them together. You got to see this clip. And this is what we all expected already.
Foremost, if you were one of the people online who believed for a single second that it was even a remote possibility that I simply made up.
That was me. I was one of those people. Raise your hands, ladies and gentlemen, if you were one of those people. I was one of those people. But here it goes. Here's the moment of truth, guys. You got to watch this. She is about to prove all of us wrong. Right here. Here we go.
A French assassination attempt heading into Thanksgiving week. I don't know, for like attention or something. A claim which has gone viral. When I say viral, I mean just the tweet alone had over 100,000 retweets and 45 million impressions on X alone. This was front page global news from the United States to Russia. It's now been a full week since I made that announcement.
Guys, are you seeing what I'm seeing? Are you noticing that? I know that was cut, but we just saved you some of the fluff. If you want to go watch the whole episode, you can. You're going to come away with the same results, even after the cut, okay? The same results. Nothing. That's what you're going to come to. Now, what's interesting about this is, do you see how we didn't get anywhere, but the sheer volume of manipulation here is just crazy, because if she tells you how many people saw the tweet, how popular the tweet became, did that make it any more true? No, it didn't. But I don't know why she thinks that she's using that as some. And this is what I'm talking about: complete manipulation. We have to start watching her close. She at this point. I know I feel this way. You should all be feeling this way too. She is insulting our intelligence. That's what this is: a complete insult to our intelligence.
And here is the official response issued by the Élysée Palace. Nothing. And I publicly challenged the Candace is making everything up crowd to prove it. Press the White House for a response, right? The White House the ball is very firmly in their court.
How for all of us who do not believe Candace's claim, how are we supposed to prove it? How do we prove it? Do you understand how silly this is? Just even the sheer notion that she would even say that. Everybody should be offended. Everybody should be offended.
And a week later, this is the official White House response. So what's the issue here? Why is no one coming out and telling you that that's completely baseless? I cannot present to you a fact, and you can't present to me not a fact. Okay, we're both. I'm speculating, and you're saying it's not true. You saying it's not true could be a lie.
Okay, well, I didn't say it wasn't true.
You can't prove it's not true, and I can't prove it's true.
Okay, you are admitting that it's
on you. It's on my opinion. It's not.
You made the claim. It's on me.
Nothing.
Shout out to Milk Bar TV. I mean, it's just ridiculous. At this point, people should be insulted by this. This is ridiculous that it has gone on this long. And, we're taking a break off this week. Of course, it was Thanksgiving. Like, people took the week off. It was all good. Maybe she was at home watching football or something like that. I don't know. But, at this point, guys, this is getting way out of hand. And I'm starting to think that, you know what? At first I thought she was crazy, but now I know she'd just rather be playing on the intelligence of other people. And the reason why I'm saying that is because the manipulation is just too in the face. It is just too out there. Sometimes you think that a person, maybe didn't do something on purpose or maybe that they're losing it, but it's just a little bit too witty. It's a little bit too, planned out, I would say. A little bit too scripted is what I feel. And that's what I get when I watch her. I feel that I'm watching a scripted reality show. Here's more from Candace. Wait, before you get back to the show, I just want to let you know that we have launched Nissim Black Store. All you have to do is go online, order yourself one of these amazing mugs, God is King, with a matching t-shirt. We have a whole plethora of different shirts that are all about representing God wherever you go. As believers in the one true God of Israel, it is our duty not to hide, not to back down, not to shy away from expressing our faith wherever it is that we go. If you want to go and walk righteously before your God with a nice t-shirt, with a nice sweater, with a mug that's reminding us constantly that God is here with us, go to nissimblack.store and make sure you get yourself some merch. It really helps support this channel and everything that we're doing and everything that we plan to do. And trust me, you don't want to miss it. I thank you all for all of your support. Okay, back to the show.
Now, in terms of formal replies that we received from government structures, the only department that we did hear back, well, first let me say I did not at all hear back from the FBI.
I mean, as much as you've been slamming the FBI, let's say it was true. Let's say that the FBI actually got something that was worth looking at from her. That wasn't just a message of her saying, trust me, bro, right? That she probably got an email her detailing what she heard, and at the end of it, it said, just you're going to have to trust me on this one. That's probably what the FBI got. But anyway, let's say in the case that they send something to the FBI, like, it's not as if people don't know who she is. She's got the number one podcast in the world, I believe. So if that's the case, then of course they know who she is. Kash Patel for sure knows who Candace Owens is. Like, who would be rushing to get back to Candace? She has been slamming and disrespecting the FBI for so long, over the last, 4 or 5 months, right? Just completely, destroying a complete assassination of character, right? And that they would rush to hurry up to get to Candace Owens' claim, right? Even if there was something. That's just one thing. I know people will say, hey, but if you're in a professional job, you should have to do whatever the case is or whatever. But you're talking about a person who right now has a track record, right? So all of us are assuming, we're speculating, right? I think we're on to something. I think we are on to the truth that she's been making most of the stuff up, and the stuff that she didn't make up, she's getting pranked probably left and right. People, crazy people bring forth other crazy people. So who knows where she's getting this information from? But apart from that, let's just look at this and say, okay, Candace Owens, the FBI, and many of the people, whoever you would have sent that email to, they all know who you are. You are already known as the person who makes up stuff. You are already known. Like, it's not like somebody that nobody knew and that only a few friends knew that you had this problem of making up these crazy stories of conspiracy. You are a well-known conspiracy theorist worldwide. Who's going to believe any email that came from you? Who? If Candace emailed me, I wouldn't believe it. So what I'm trying to say here is, I think it's common sense for any of us to look at this in the light of what it really is, that we don't know which parts of these stories are made up, but I guaranteed you that almost none of it is true.
On the American side, I did hear back from the counterterrorism unit. I did hear back from the White House confirming that that message had been delivered on Trump's desk. Me saying that I had the information. I guess he didn't want to inquire further, which is interesting. But the FBI.
Who confirmed it? Who told you that? Show those emails at least. Show those text messages at least, Candace. Show the messages that the Department of Terrorism or whatever the case is. Show the message from the person who said that. Block out the name. Blot out the name. You can blot out the name. Show the message that somebody said. Not that they matter. I really don't think. But I'm saying I don't even believe that. I don't even believe that. Right? Let alone do I not believe that she has any evidence or anything for these claims. But I don't even believe that the messages came back to her, that she heard from some. And if she did, show those messages at least. Show the messages that you got the receipt email. At least show that. Maybe we'll at least feel good about being strung along until the next episode when you reveal more of nothing.
Left me on red. And I will say I didn't go through an official channel and send an email, and I should do that. But I did send a text message to somebody very high up.
Oh, that's why she wouldn't be able to show that email. Because she didn't go through the regular channels that you would actually do. Probably the channels where people will actually probably take you serious, right? She didn't go through any of those channels. She went through, somebody that she knows that's high up. It's always somebody she knows, somebody over here, some unnamed person. I can't believe this.
Received the text message, no response. Now, I thought that the claim of the French Foreign Legion being involved in Charlie's assassination, I thought the FBI might be interested. No phone calls even from Utah's FBI branch have come into me either. Wouldn't you want to see? Aren't we supposed to be investigating the Charlie Kirk assassination? It was totally not a state operation, and they really want to get to the truth, which explains why nobody called. No, Utah, not interested. I'm actually surprised Tyler Robinson's lawyer hasn't reached out to me. What's going on here? Oh, we've got to protect the patsy, right? We've got to protect the patsy in this situation.
She's delusional. There is issues going on. She is delusional. Maybe not. Like I said, it's being done on purpose. She knows what she's doing. She knows how to get to number one. Okay? She knows how to get there. I mean, the whole thing is just crazy. I mean, first off, the burden of proof is on Candace. She's the one making claims. She's the one asking crazy questions, right? So if you're making claims, if you're asking crazy questions, show the reasons why you will be asking those questions. That will provide some evidence as to why maybe this is a question, right? Or if you're making claims, fantastic claims require fantastic evidence. It all comes back to it, right? And she doesn't have any, right? And I know that the majority of you probably watching right now have already known for some times that there's complete, utter, and complete sheer nonsense coming out of Candace Owens's podcast, clips, whatever, any page or anything that she owns. You probably already know that. But for the small percentage of you who are waking up, and there's people waking up every single day to the nonsense. There's so many people waking up every single day, and what are they doing? They are running. They're running to pages like mine, to pages like other people's who are talking on these, speaking common sense, because that's what the soul speaks. The soul speaks common sense. And they are leading people away from her to places where people are actually speaking common sense. And so that's why they're here. And so for you, I'm speaking and clarifying for you that Candace Owens needs to be the one to show the proof. Nobody else. There's a clip from Tim Pool. I have to show you this because, I mean, everybody's tired of it at this point, and anybody who says something, she goes after them or whatever the case is. But Tim Pool, he couldn't hold it in anymore. See what he had to say about the issue.
What she's actually saying is that she got a read on a text message. She texted someone, hey, they're trying to kill me, and it said read, and she goes, I got confirmed receipt from the White House.
Preach, because this is what I think the truth is. And I think we're all feeling that this is what the truth is, or else she's not the type of person that if she had something, no matter how silly it may be, but if it's something of any type of substantial evidence of any form or any layer or grade of evidence that she would have towards anything like that, she would have showed us. She would have showed us. And one of the things, and these are one of the ways you know this is, we've seen what happens when she felt the need to, leak the text message from from Charlie Kirk that he was in that group, and she leaked it, showing it. Now there was obviously explanations from that from people who were actually inside the group that was different than but anything she has, she leaks. But not only that, I want to privy you guys into something. Whenever you see a person speaking a lot about themselves and they talk a lot about themselves, like she couldn't even get to any evidence. She was so busy telling you how many people saw her tweet and always talking about her numbers. And we've seen that the whole entire assassination of Charlie Kirk is now about Candace Owens. Candace has to keep saying it. Candace has to keep telling you how much it's all about her. Now they're trying to kill her. Whenever you find any person like that, you better believe that anything that is going to help to elevate them in the eyes of other people, they are going to bring it faster. Impulsively, they will share the information. Impulsively. They will not be able to hold it back. Thinking that she's got some ace card and she's just holding back and she's just, doing this thing. Don't believe it. People that are genuinely arrogant, like she is, and genuinely self-centered, and even some are saying even more narcissist. Like people like that, they don't hold back. Then she's not holding some ace card back, and then all this evidence is about to come. No, she will show you in a second, because you see, anytime she has any small, minute thing of anything that could possibly be some type of it's on the show. I don't know which episode it's gonna show up on, but it's definitely coming out. And she would have put it out to vindicate herself, but she didn't do it because she didn't have it. I'm gonna run this one back.
Actually saying is that she got a read on a text message. She texted someone, hey, they're trying to kill me, and it said, I got confirmed receipt from the White House. It's all manipulative language. Saying the French Legionnaires are involved in Charlie Kirk's assassination, I'm going to go ahead and say this. I have no problem saying it. I absolutely might be wrong. Candace may be right about everything. I think she's very intelligent. I think she knows what she's doing.
Now, what he means by saying that she's right, at least the way I'm taking it, like, okay, could be. Yeah, anything can. If you say it, and if it's humanly possible, yeah, technically it could be right, right? But nobody believes that it's right. Nobody believes that it's true. Anything that she's saying, none of it. But just to give the credence to say, anything's possible. That's what I mean. Anything is possible.
And this could all be true, but I would be willing to bet, let's just call it a handsome sum of money, that what she's saying is just completely false.
And I think that this goes without being said. She has become a wellspring of falsehood. That's what she has been. And so, as entertaining as it may be for those of you who have come to this page for the first time, we make these videos to keep showing people the light. As much as this darkness and as much as I've wanted to stop, I wanted to stop until people came to me and said, listen, you cannot stop. Contrary to all the people saying, oh, you're just doing it for clicks. You're doing this for money. You're doing this for clicks. You're doing this for clicks. No. I was very clear. After the second video, after I put up the video of, her being allegedly connected to the SSPX movement, which is not underneath the compliance of the Vatican. However, her ideas after she is converted to Catholicism reflects much more of a SSPX traditionalist of some sect that's not underneath the Vatican, right? Underneath compliance, not in compliance with the Vatican, and one of the more anti-Semitic, nationalistic sects of Catholicism that keeps to a very, very ancient tradition. And because after I did that, I was very clear, like, listen, the video got a lot of likes and clicks, and I was very open that I didn't want to do anymore. But people were like, what are you talking about? You have to, when you see evil, you have to call it out. We have to keep saying something, because so many people are going to fall because of it. So because of that, we make these videos. I don't care about Candace Owens like that. I mean, I hope that, her life changes drastically, and that as a result, she'll be able to change many other lives back to the good. But I think it goes without being said, right now, we are under attack from people like her and many others who are also spewing nonsense nonstop. It must stop. But let me hear from you. If you actually believe that it's true, the things that she's saying, do you believe that even a small amount of it is true? I'd love to hear from you. I don't buy it, but I'd love to hear from you. Drop a comment, drop a like, or click a like. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed. So many of you people watch these videos and you haven't subscribed yet. Subscribe. You know we're going to get it. Every single day we're dropping content. So make sure you subscribe already. It's not even a question. And above all, ladies and gentlemen, make sure you serve God or live trying. I'm out. I don't have to tell you that in our fast-paced lives, we rarely stop to just breathe, to reconnect ourselves with Hashem and with our purpose. And that's why I'm really excited to tell you about Kavana, an incredible new app that helps bring mindfulness and Jewish spirituality into everyday life. It's filled with guided meditations, music, sleep stories, quick 1-minute pauses, and daily inspiration, all designed to help you live with more Kavana, with more intention, more presence, and more meaning. And right here on the Kavana app, I will be releasing a brand new guided Heat Bodhidut series, a powerful journey into personal prayer and connection with the Creator. So go download the Kavana app today, sign up, and join me for the course.